I like to tell you about what I found Christians doing on this internet. Welcome to the Christian Geek Radar. Hey guys, Peter Franson here from christiangeekcentral.com and Spirit Blade Productions, here with your Christian Geek Radar covering the month of February 2018. There's not a whole lot of news that I found in 2018. There was some big news for me, and that's what I'm going to start with. For those of you who don't know, Christian Geek Central has a kind of a parent entity called Spirit Blade Productions, and that website is over at spiritblade.com. And Spirit Blade Productions focuses broadly on equipping, encouraging, and inspiring Christian geeks to live increasingly for Christ. And so an outgrowth of that has been Christian Geek Central and the content and community there. But initially and continuing up to this point, Spirit Blade Productions has largely been about producing audio entertainment. And just about a little over a week ago, I announced a new series that we're going to be starting called the Storyteller series, which is basically going to be an audio Bible for geeks. It's going to have wider appeal than just for geeks, but it specifically has geeks and the geek aesthetic in mind in terms of, if you're a fan of big cinematic, special effects, action, sci-fi, fantasy type experiences, then this is an audio Bible that's going to be produced in that fashion. For just a little bit more information, I'll actually cut away to me from a little over a week ago to give you just a little bit more information. Let me give you a little sample of it, and then I'll share some more details afterward. Hey, you want to hear a story? Okay, here's a good one. From 1 Samuel chapter 17. He took his staff in his hand and chose 5 smooth stones out of the brook and put them in his shepherd's pouch. Then, with his sling in his hand, he approached the Hapeleshti. And the Hapeleshti moved forward and approached David with his shield-bearer in front of him. When the Hapeleshti looked and saw David, he despised him, because he was just a youth, ruddy and handsome in appearance. And the Hapeleshti said to David,
"Am I a dog that you come to me with sticks?"
And the Hapeleshti cursed David by his gods. The Hapeleshti said to David,
"Come to me, and I will give your flesh to the birds of the air and the beasts of the field."
Then David said to the Hapeleshti, "You come to me with a sword, and a spear, and a javelin? I come to you in the name of Yahweh of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. On this day, Yahweh will deliver you into my hand. I will strike you down and cut off your head. And I will give the dead bodies of the army of the Philistine this day to the birds of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth, so that all the world may know that there is a God in Israel, and that all those gathered here may know that Yahweh saves not with sword and spear, for the battle is Yahweh's, and he will give you into our hands." Then the Hapeleshti rose and came and drew near to meet David. David ran quickly toward the battle line to meet the Hapeleshti. And David put his hand in his bag, took out a stone, and slung it. Now that's work in progress material. Some things like the music or other elements may change or be redone. I'm not sure yet, but that sample I think gives an idea of what I've been working on, what I'm creating essentially. And it's called the Storyteller series. The Storyteller series will be a straight line-by-line audio adaptation of entire books of the Bible. Stylistically, it lands somewhere between an audiobook and an audio drama. It will be like an audiobook in that there will be only one performer, myself, representing the narrator and all the characters. My goal stylistically, you may have noticed, is not really to disguise my voice or try to cartoonishly create a countless variety of voice types. That may be appropriate now and then for a few like striking characters that I want to do something, unusual with, but for the most part I want to tell these stories the way you might hear an excited friend passionately talk about something that they'd seen or experienced, with slight vocal performance modifications and stereo mixing placement to help differentiate between characters in a scene. Apart from having a single voice represent each story and all the characters, the Storyteller series will be like an audio drama in every other respect. As with previous Spirit Blade Productions audio projects, the world will be fleshed out by sound effects and a cinematic musical score with the goal of bringing these amazing true stories to life like you've never heard them before. Now, at the same time that I announced the upcoming launch of the Storyteller series, I also mentioned the cancellation of the Pilgrim's Progress series that I had been intending to do until recently. We released one episode of that. That first episode in the series is going to be available for free at spiritblade.com until the launch of the Storyteller series. And if you'd like more information about how that change came about, why I canceled Pilgrim's Progress, how I came around to the idea of the Storyteller series, the complete video, of which I just showed a brief clip, is available on the news page over at spiritblade.com. So again, go over to spiritblade.com, click on news at the top, and you can see the video that again shows that clip that you just saw and the rest of the video as well for a deeper explanation of what's going on and what the Storyteller series will hopefully be bringing to you guys in the near future. All right, so getting off of my own whatever, let's get into what other Christian geeks have been doing with excellence. Recently, Into the Void by Joshua A. Johnston was released. This is a sci-fi novel. It's book 2 in the Chronicles of Sarko series. And in case you're not familiar with the series, I'll actually just introduce you to the series. Instead of giving you the description for Into the Void, I'll read the description for the first book in that series called Edge of Oblivion. The description reads, "A forgotten past, a terminal future. Earth has emerged from a cataclysmic dark age with little knowledge of its past. Aided by the discovery of advanced alien technology, humanity ventures into the stars, joining other sentient races in a sprawling, prosperous interstellar confederacy. That peace is soon shattered. Without warning, the Confederacy comes under attack by an unstoppable alien force from the unknown regions. With hopes for civilization's survival dwindling, Commander Jared Carter is sent to pursue an unlikely lead, a collection of ancient alien religious fragments which may or may not hold the key to their salvation." So again, that series is The Chronicles of Sarko by Joshua A. Johnston. The first book in that series, Edge of Oblivion, and book 2 just released. Moving on now, we've got Keeper of Shadows. This is a fantasy novel by Bridget Powers. It's book 1 of a new series called The Light Wielder Chronicles. Again, Bridget Powers, Keeper of Shadows. The description reads, "Every shadow is proof of light. A light bearer with limited vision, a prisoner with wings. Can 2 cursed souls defeat the forces of darkness? Noir hates the magic that cursed his family and trapped him in the form of a raven. But to break the spell, he's willing to do anything, even if it means striking a bargain with the cruel sorceress Venefica. After agreeing to destroy the one person who threatens Venefica's dark power, he seeks out the key ingredient for a curse of life-altering pain. Lisanne has never let diminished vision interfere with her teaching or storytelling, but when mind-numbing pain robs her of the strength to continue, some townsfolk question her usefulness to the village. Unsure where to turn, Lisanne witnesses a terrifying sight. A shadowy mist, which only she can see, sending a beloved student into a frightful rage. But when she tries to warn her people of a sinister force on the prowl, the villagers cast her out into the wilds. As Lisanne struggles to survive the elements, Noir plans his deadly attack. Stalking her every move, the Raven has second thoughts about ending her life, even though failure would doom his people. But every moment he delays brings Lisanne one step closer to wielding her gift of light. Can she discover her destiny before the entire realm falls to dark magic? Keeper of Shadows is the riveting first novel in the Lightwielder Chronicles, a series of inspirational fantasy novels with Christian themes. If you like life and death adventures, classic fairy tales, and clean romance, then you'll love this enchanting epic. So all that from the description of Bridget Powers' Keeper of Shadows. All right, guys, those are the only two books that I wanted to highlight for you guys this time. But if you want more, if you're interested in getting more fiction being created from a Christian worldview and with geeks in mind in the realms of sci-fi and fantasy, I want to recommend the YouTube channel of Adam Collings. That's where I get my information, well, a key source anyway of my information each month as I'm telling you guys about new books that are coming out. So, but he almost always covers more books that I don't cover in my Christian Geek Radar segment. So, if you want to kind of get all the information that really can be found out there, then the next step for you is to go and check out the YouTube channel of Adam Collings. And if you want to find out what other kind of Christian geekery of all kinds in the realms of video games and books and movies and all kinds of stuff, if you want to find out what other kind of Christian geekery is happening online and being done with the pursuit of excellence, then I invite you to come over to christiangeekcentral.com and hover over Portal and then just click on Gateway, and that'll take you to a place where you'll find all kinds of stuff that will pertain to your particular interest. So anyway, that's all I have for you on the Christian Geek Radar this month. Stay tuned next time for more. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hey, just a reminder that this humble little YouTube channel is so dependent on people just like you. There are three main ways you can support this channel, and they're all over at spiritblade.com. The first is to purchase one of our sci-fi or fantasy audio dramas. Second is to give us a donation of any amount. And third, you can become a Spirit Blade insider and get access to exclusive behind-the-scenes monthly goodies. You can get more information on our About page over at spiritblade.com. Thanks so much.